No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 405. Mets 6:21 a.m. Dixie 3:21 p.m. News coverage of the Brentsees was replaced by Team New Zealand's nearly unprecedented 5-0 America's Cup Series sweep in their victory over the Italians' Prada Challenge, a circumstance that thrilled New Zealanders and greatly pleased their nearest neighbor to the northwest. While television, radio, and newspapers celebrated New Zealand's win, Balloony continued to provide live updates to his friends in Australia. Driving through Dixie, Lala Truganini reached out to Balloony by asking, "Balloony, any updates on Brentsee's conditions?" Brent Brentse, of course. "Lala," Big B responded gleefully. "Wonderful to hear from you. He's been in and out of consciousness since his surgery, but Dr. Barnard has checked in on him periodically, and he was pleased with his post-op condition. How are things up your way?" "Slow day, which I certainly enjoy for both selfish and selfless reasons. What about the parents? Still incarcerated?" "Yes, they are, and if our district attorney and our chief prosecutor have their way, all three will remain in custody until after the trial." "Good. No, strike that. Great, actually. They've certainly made clear that they think they're above the law and should be able to act with impunity and without consequence." "What of De Rosier and his assistant? Joey, correct?" "Correct, Joey Habanera. They are providing mutual support to one another while also trying to maintain propriety. He walked Joey home last night and then phoned her to let her know he'd made it home, and she was kind enough to pass that along to me." "How are my friends in Dixie? Do they feel as though they're receiving adequate updates from me?" "So far as I know, yes. None of them have grumbled to me, nor in my presence, concerning keeping us in the information loop. I must say that it is quite comforting to have you available to provide us with inside information to which even I'm not privy. You're quite the mole, aren't you?" "I am, which is one of the reasons Pilatray tried to keep my existence a secret. You know the cliché about power corrupting." "Absolutely," Lala replied aloud while she stifled her internal giggle. "I listened in on a briefing that the Brisbane District Attorney and his designated prosecutor provided to the Grafton Three, whose testimony will provide multiple pieces of direct and indirect evidence concerning the case and Brent's attempt to murder Pila. I'm quite hopeful that Brent will spend decades in prison and that his parents will also be found guilty of felonies worthy of lengthy prison time. I'm sure you're up to date on that front, and it would be prudent if you do not share whatever private conversations you hear between either Maxima, Minima, or Brent with me, just in case I'm called on as a witness. Something I consider highly unlikely, but not completely out of the question." "I concur," Big B said. "You're better safe than sorry. Injunctions cover a lot of territory." "It does, as do you. You'll keep me informed." "Of course I will. If not for you, I fear Brentse would have succeeded in murdering Pilatray." "I thank you with all my being for listening and cogitating before acting. I'm quite confident that the vast majority of humans would have been completely overwhelmed." "Well, thank you, but we'll credit my training for that. I've certainly learned that things are seldom what we think they are at first glance. Give my regards to our mutual friends, yes?" "I will. And thank you for all you are, and you will do for us. I feel the same towards you. Take care. Cheers, cheers," Big B replied before breaking contact.